Agroecology and fair trade, supporting ethical farming practices. Agroecology and fair trade, supporting ethical farming practices. In recent years, there has been a growing awareness about the environmental and social impacts of conventional farming practices. As consumers become more conscious of the food they consume, the demand for ethical farming practices has been on the rise. Agroecology and fair trade are two terms that are often associated with sustainable and ethical farming. In this article, we will explore what agroecology and fair trade entail, and how they support ethical farming practices. Agroecology is a holistic approach to agriculture that aims to promote ecological balance, conserve biodiversity, and enhance the resilience of farming systems. It combines scientific knowledge with traditional agricultural practices to create sustainable and productive farming systems. Agroecological farms prioritize the use of natural resources, minimize the use of synthetic inputs, and focus on local and diversified food production. One of the key principles of agroecology is the promotion of biodiversity. Unlike conventional farming practices that often rely on monocultures, agroecological farms emphasize the importance of diverse plant and animal species. This not only reduces the risk of crop failure but also provides habitat for beneficial insects, birds, and other wildlife. By preserving biodiversity, agroecology contributes to the overall health and resilience of the farming ecosystem. Agroecology also emphasizes the importance of soil health. Healthy soils are essential for sustainable agriculture as they provide nutrients to crops, store carbon, and prevent soil erosion. Agroecological practices such as composting, crop rotation, and agroforestry help maintain soil fertility, improve water retention, and reduce the need for chemical fertilizers and pesticides. By prioritizing soil health, agroecology promotes long-term sustainability and reduces the environmental risks associated with conventional farming. Fair trade, on the other hand, focuses on promoting equity and fairness in international trade relationships. It aims to ensure that farmers and workers in developing countries receive fair wages and have safe working conditions. Fair trade certification organizations set standards that address social, economic, and environmental criteria. These criteria include fair prices for products, democratic and transparent decision-making processes, child labor prohibition, and protection of workers' rights. Fair trade certification ensures that farmers receive a fair price for their products, which enables them to cover their production costs and invest in sustainable farming practices. By guaranteeing fair prices, fair trade supports small-scale farmers who often struggle to compete with larger corporations. This not only helps to reduce poverty and inequality but also contributes to the development and empowerment of farming communities. Furthermore, fair trade emphasizes environmentally sustainable practices. Fair trade certified farms are required to follow certain environmental standards, such as minimizing the use of agrochemicals and promoting sustainable resource management. By supporting fair trade, consumers can contribute to the preservation of natural resources and the protection of ecosystems. Fair trade also encourages farmers to adopt organic and agroecological practices, which further promote sustainability and ethical farming. The combination of agroecology and fair trade can have a powerful impact on sustainable and ethical farming practices. By incorporating agroecological principles, Fair trade certified farms can reduce their reliance on synthetic inputs and prioritize the health of ecosystems. Agroecology and fair trade together offer a comprehensive approach that addresses both environmental and social aspects of farming. Supporting agroecology and fair trade is not only beneficial for farmers and the environment but also for consumers. By choosing agroecological and fair trade products, consumers can contribute to the preservation of biodiversity, the reduction of pollution, and the promotion of social justice. The demand for such products also acts as an incentive for more farmers to adopt ethical and sustainable practices, thereby creating a positive ripple effect throughout the agricultural industry. The demand for ethically produced food has been on the rise in recent years, with consumers becoming more and more aware of the environmental and social impacts of conventional farming practices. Two terms often associated with sustainable and ethical farming are agroecology and fair trade. These approaches aim to promote ecological balance, conserve biodiversity, and ensure fair wages and working conditions for farmers in developing countries. Agroecology is a holistic approach to agriculture that combines scientific knowledge with traditional farming practices. It emphasizes the use of natural resources, minimizes synthetic inputs, and focuses on local and diversified food production. One of its key principles is the promotion of biodiversity by encouraging diverse plant and animal species. This not only reduces the risk of crop failure but also provides habitats for beneficial insects and wildlife, contributing to the overall health of the farming ecosystem. Agroecology also prioritizes soil health through practices like composting, crop rotation, and agroforestry. These techniques improve soil fertility, water retention, and reduce the need for chemical fertilizers and pesticides, enhancing long-term sustainability. Fair trade, on the other hand, focuses on promoting equity and fairness in international trade relationships. It ensures that farmers and workers in developing countries receive fair prices for their products and have safe working conditions. Fair trade certification organizations set standards addressing social, economic, and environmental criteria. These standards include fair prices, democratic decision-making processes, prohibition of child labor, and protection of workers' rights. By guaranteeing fair prices, fair trade helps small-scale farmers cover their production costs and invest in sustainable farming practices. It also helps reduce poverty and inequality, empowering farming communities. Fair trade also promotes environmentally sustainable practices. Certified farms are required to minimize agrochemical use and promote sustainable resource management. By supporting fair trade, consumers contribute to the preservation of natural resources and ecosystems. Fair trade also encourages farmers to adopt organic and agroecological practices, further promoting sustainability and ethical farming. The combination of agroecology and fair trade can have a powerful impact on sustainable and ethical farming practices. Fair trade certified farms incorporating agroecological principles reduce their reliance on synthetic inputs and prioritize ecosystem health. Together, agroecology and fair trade offer a comprehensive approach that addresses both environmental and social aspects of farming. Supporting agroecology and fair trade benefits farmers, the environment, and consumers. By choosing agroecological and fair trade products, consumers contribute to the preservation of biodiversity, reduction of pollution, and promotion of social justice. The demand for such products incentivizes more farmers to adopt ethical and sustainable practices, leading to a positive ripple effect throughout the agricultural industry. Agroecology and fair trade are two intertwined approaches that support ethical farming practices.